one for my class.
Wait, you back in college?
Yeah, with Europe. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Why the fuck did I forget you were in Europe?
Learning and development. Yep.
Yeah, how you liking Europe so far?
It's been pretty interesting. 50% of my class is failing Excel.
Okay, who's your teacher?
It's a different person. I think her name's like Vols or something. Oh, God,
Black woman?
Yeah.
Jackson?
No.
Fuck, you don't have Miss Jackson.
Nope.
Damn.
There's a different one, and
She was bad as Miss Jackson was a hot Miss Jackson was a hot milf. Like, yeah, but let me show you something. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Miss Win Excel. Here it is. I think these are your answers for Excel.
Oh no, I'm doing fine.
Wait, what?
I'm fine.
Oh shit, my bad. I thought you said you were failing half of...
Fuck no, I'm not failing anything. No, half of my class is failing Excel.
Really?
Yes.
Show them that.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Good Lord, I don't know, bro, but some of these kids...
Some of them are going to be getting their...
Someone
epic...
already got fired, so...
Ooh, somebody already got fired? It's
yeah.
only... Ooh.
Yeah.
That's rough.
I know one of the girls that I was helping with the other day, she asked me how to restart her computer, so...
Yeah, wasn't going to be long for this world.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, bro. It's like... They feel a little handouty, you know? They feel like handouty kind of people. Like they want everything given to them and all that shit. And
the problem is that my cohort, Powerhouse, for cohort 7 for me, it was a really strong cohort with like there was only like a handful of introverts. It was mostly extroverts and people who were happy to be at the forefront, and people who were interested and committed to, most of the people who fell off were in business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody in Java, most of the people in Java and data, the people who fell off of Java went into data.
Right.
There's only I think we only lost during L&D. I think we only lost 5 or 6 people. At most.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the feeling that I kind of had for this sort of thing. Is just because the more technical side of business is just really boring, and it's a lot of you need to figure it out, plus your own research into the markets and that sort of thing. So it's a lot of work on your end and being very kind of creative with how you approach things. Really. So I can't say that I'm really that surprised that a lot of people are falling off, but it's just kind of sad because I really don't know how many people are really going to be standing with us at the end of 6 months.
Don't count them out.
I'm not going to count them out.
There's a culture shift that happens fairly quickly. People get with the program of just oh, this is how it is.
Yeah.
But if they don't, then the only way, they either actively remove themselves from the program or they keep fucking up to the point where, they could boot it out.
Yeah.
You could, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, at all for, 2 weeks, you get kicked out.
Yeah.
If you don't turn in any of your work, at all, for, a week, you're on an epic plan. If you lose 50 points, if you get below 100, you're...
Yeah. Yeah, there's a whole plan. Yeah.
I finished out mine at, 210. Or something
yeah, I'm at 180 right now.
Nice. That means you've been in it for what, 3 weeks?
Yep.
You've been doing everything on time. Nice, dude. Shit, you've been better than I fucking was.
Dude, it's. I mean, Alyssa really likes me. She really values my opinions.
Oh, is she your coach?
She's not my coach. She's the program.
The PM,
yeah. Program manager. So. Yeah, it's just because it was just I kind of talked to her at the Friday forum just because they were kind of griefing the teacher a bit. A lot of the really lazy ones, at least in my opinion. they were like giving a little bit too much grief to the teacher, and just kind of had a talk with her, a discussion that I have these channels open and that I do reach out, communicating. I am helping other kids as well. But my thing is kind of comes down to, I am willing to work with you if you're going to make the effort to step up. If you're not going to make the effort to step up...
You are a perfect fucking match for this program, dude.
It's...
She has a name, Anthony!
I'm describing to Zor!
Tell him to hurry up!
I'm talking to...
Tell him to get his ass back in Delaware, cocksucker!
I need your input.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Our friends are... My girlfriend and Anthony are in the next room to, figuring out a design for a logo for their channel.
We're rude people, yes.
We're very rude. We're degenerates, but...
Yeah, everything is going really good. Feels really strong, and I feel like I really am at a really good point. So I am very excited to see what's going to happen at the end of this.
I'm so happy you took my advice and signed up for that shit, bro. Like, for real.
Dude, seriously. I mean, it's just like, there was no reason to not try. It's like I wasn't really doing anything at the time. It's just kind of like, see where it goes. It says, I mean, it's almost like, I saw it as like the stars aligned. It was in the right area for it was really in the exact area that my interests are really aligned with at the moment, you know? And it'll let me transition into other fields.
And it'll get you a real good fucking corporate job out the gate.
Yes, which is really, really nice.
Very nice.
Getting that 6 months of experience is going to be invaluable, definitely.
Yeah, make sure. And my internship was kind of lousy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I just wasn't able to really do much of anything, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't even log on most days because there was no reason for me to.
Good lord.
You know, it was just 6 months of me sitting on my ass, really.
Mm-hmm. I can understand that. It's kind of like why I kind of wanted to aim for a little bit more of a. I know I can manage high stress environments.
Push to get yourself put at JP.
JP. That was one of the places I was thinking.
Push. Good corporate culture. Rock solid people working there. They love year up interns and won't treat you like a charity case.
Okay.
You know, they know that you guys are capable, and if you work your ass off, like, I think almost every person from Java in my cohort, and I think most of the people from Data that went to JP, got retained.
That's pretty good.
JP is looking.
I mean, you work with them now.
Yeah, that's because I got through UPro and I ended up. That's where I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
So start planting the seeds now that you want to be at JP.
Yeah, I think it's a good move.
Because one thing I will say is advocate for yourself. Like, don't like if you say I don't want to go here, I want to go here because I like the corporate culture here more. I feel like I'm more likely to get retained here, and I feel like I'll be more valued here.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to be at JP Morgan Chase badly. You know, and make that known now so they have that in their head. Because
yeah, I mean the internship manager the internship service,
Chad and Dan.
It's a different one. Lisa Graham.
Oh, you mean Lisa heads up internship. She's your internship manager.
Yeah. She is my coach.
Because Lisa's a sweetheart, isn't she?
Yeah,
she's a love bug.
She's great. Is her?
Does your staff know that you know me?
Yes, they do.
And how much shit have they talked about me?
They have. Chad has called you out a few times.
Why? On what?
Just I just tell him I remember the days when you were like wearing wearing professional wear all the time, and he's like, not every day, and that was really it. They keep it pretty.
They're respectful.
Yeah.
Because it's like the way they look at it is like I'm their peer now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm a former student, but I'm also their peer, so they have a level of respect.
That is something that I do appreciate about them. They really do take kind of how they interact.
But they also act like they also understand that like some of the people who come in don't understand like this is real world shit.
Yeah.
Like, and they'll try to pull you and say hey and ease you in gently like this is how you're supposed to act.
Yeah.
And then the people who don't act that way like.
I mean,
like you can like there are people who like you can get through the entire program of L&D and then not get an internship because you're not acting right.
Yeah, I can believe it. It's just like, which is like, God, you went through like 6 months of that just to waste your time. It's kind of cringe. It's not good.
Very cringe.
The way I look at it is like there's about a resource for everything. Anything you could possibly think of, they have a resource for it, and they're willing to work with you on a reasonable level. They can't really afford to just have. They can't afford to be too charitable,
Right? Because at the end of the day,
it's an investment.
Right? They're investing in you for their client, the corporation.
I mean, it's how I broke it down to elicit. You know, you've got there's three. It's kind of like three areas of pressure that realistically comes through when you're in this program. It's coming from the corporations. They're trusting the Europe staff to give us the proper tools and education, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Europe
in a
staff,
6 month period.
In a very, very short time frame. It's incredibly
like they're like getting somebody who was probably like hanging out like on noon on a Wednesday,
mm-hmm.
not doing shit, to being ready to walk into a corporate office and conduct yourself appropriately. You may not have all your technical skills yet, but you at least can like walk in and like do rudimentary stuff while you're learning to do the real shit.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's just they're trusting them to do that. The staff is trusting you to put in the work, and then that pressure thing should, in theory, come from yourself, because it's up for you to step up to the challenges that come forth.
Absolutely.
And it's just, if you cannot handle it, then you gotta go.
Mm-hmm. I really did like Europe because the only thing they expect from you is your best effort.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And they literally will supply you everything else that they can. Like, they got me lift codes to important shit I needed to get to.
Yeah, it's really, really awesome, dude. They have different types of counseling. I mean, if you need to get set up with Wi-Fi, they would help you with that.
They give you Wi-Fi. They give you
computers. They literally give you everything, and they don't really ask a lot. They don't ask of you any more than would be expected of from a typical job.
But even then, they give a lot more leeway too.
They give a ton more leeway.
Especially in the first few weeks when they're trying to get acclimated. But after that first month, like, the expectation is, like, you kind of understand how things are supposed to go.
Yeah, they really ramped up the heat this last week.
There might be a slip up here and there, we understand. But, like, you know, like, there shouldn't have to be any more big talks.
Right, no more really, like, or there shouldn't be, like, when a slip up happens, it's something that you are able to recognize and, you know, stop. A slip up is a slip up.
I really, really feel bad that you're not able to do it all in person.
And it would be a lot different.
And I'm telling you, dude, like, the in-person experience is something I really, really wish I was able to experience. Like, genuinely. But at the same time, though, I know that my lazy ass wouldn't have been able to get through the program if I did. Like, COVID was a godsend to me because I would not have been able to get through Europe if I, like, had to go there every day.
Yeah.
Waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning, putting on a two-piece suit, catching a bus, get down there, having to have a 40-minute gap because I usually fucking miss it and end up having to walk from the airport to Wilmington U because I'm a dumbass and missed the bus.
Oh, God.
Missed my bus stop. So, you know, usually not eating enough for breakfast. And then maybe getting like 2 McChicken biscuits from McDonald's.
I appreciate the lack of wear and tear on my car. It's about a 30-minute drive, probably, which is like, it's just, now I don't
would
have
have
to
made it a
drive.
lot harder, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a guy I knew who lived in Rising Sun, Maryland, who would go.
I gotta respect that. Gotta respect that. That is some hard work. Holy crap, being up on time every morning.
Yeah, Brandon's a good guy. But I'm happy for you, bro.
Oh,
I'm happy that you're.
Oh, okay, it's just an Amazon package. God, Amazon, thank you for notifying me so much. They've done so well by just simplifying a system that already existed.
Yes, but at the same time, though, I'm not a giant fan of like what they're doing to their workers and how anti-union they are.
Yeah, that is definitely a problem. When it comes to unions, I appreciate reasonable union. I think collective bargaining is a much more effective.
Well, that's the point of what unions are. It's supposed to be collective bargaining. Like, here's the thing: I'm what you would describe as a social corporatist.
Right.
And social corporatism is, it's basically you have the whole purpose of government as far as the economy goes is to be the mediator between capital and labor. Like, labor is really what determines, health standards, environment standards and stuff.
Right.
Well, not so much environment standards, but more like pay and labor and all that stuff. Like, that's super important. And the thing is that when you have universal collective bargaining, like, if you work, you got to be part of the union. Everybody makes way more than what the minimum wage would have been anyways.
It's funny because I've heard different kind of things for people. Some of the arguments I've heard against the union is, what about if you want to argue for your own?
Well, the reason why you can't, the reason why that's like a fallacy, because when you're trying to negotiate one-on-one with your boss, who has all the power? Your boss.
Unless he really needs you.
Right. Well, yeah, but like, how many people? Like,
well, there still is that exchange
right.
that is there. He still needs someone. If he's seeking out employment, he still needs someone.
Right.
He might need.
Right, but it's like if you're already employed and maybe want more pay or something like that. Like, here's the thing: if they say this is what you're gonna get, don't like it, pound sand. Here's the thing. Yeah, you might walk and he'll be fucked in the short term, but in the long term, it doesn't matter. It genuinely doesn't matter. Like, he has no incentive in the long term to try and keep you. Maybe he'll short term, like he'll have to cover your shift, and that'll piss him off a little bit. But it's not gonna.
But let's say it's more specialized.
Right, but here's the thing. Let's be real. If you were working a job, you don't think you're getting paid enough for what you do. You say, I want a raise. And they say you're not getting a raise. Okay, then you go out and you don't have a raise.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Okay, but if you and every other person on staff come and say, we want a raise, what's your boss going to do? That's the difference. What unions do is like say, I want the people who want to negotiate, like, that doesn't happen. It can't. Now, if your boss is a reasonable human being and there's a certain level of trust and respect, and you both, like, but those relationships are very rare, especially in especially when places like your bosses don't have the power to change your pay. In places like Walgreens and Amazon and all that, like, somebody way up higher up the ladder makes those decisions, particularly for that reason. Your manager can't change your pay.
I mean, look at Activision. Record high profits that they're still cutting, about 180 people.
Yep, and it's because almost all their developers are declared as independent contractors. Much less rights. The
bane of the independent contractor.
Right. So the point is like, study after study has looking at at right to work states versus like states with like strong labor protections. Like, right to work is just the right to work for less.
Which, I mean, that argument kind of comes from people. It's like, okay, you have the right, if you want to labor yourself at this price just to have a job, then that should be their right. I believe that's the typical argument that you usually hear against that sort of thing, which is...
And you hear that, doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Here's the thing. I mean, yes, you have to pay dues. Yes, you have to pay dues to a union. But if you're paying $1 or $2 an hour out of your paycheck, but you're making about 6 or 7 more than you would have without the union, you're still bringing home about anywhere between $4 to $6 more than you would have if you weren't part of the union. So yeah, it might suck to see $200 come out of your paycheck, but would you rather see $800 come out of your paycheck by having your boss slash your pay?
True. I mean, I guess, and again...
Places like the Acme Union kind of give unions a bit of a bad name.
I know teachers' union regularly gets shit on.
I mean, I shit on the teachers' union for how they treated my family, my stepdad in particular. He was Secretary of Education for the state of Delaware, and his priority was making schooling better for kids. He didn't give a fuck about teachers. And rightly so. The problem is with certain unions is you can't, like, I'm a big supporter of unions. What I'm not a supporter of is unions that's job is to protect and serve other people,
Mm-hmm.
foregoing their mission
Mm-hmm.
to be selfish. Because I remember Deborah Blanco, my English teacher in 11th grade,
Mm-hmm.
worst fucking human being on the planet.
Whew.
Mr. Sharp, my algebra teacher. That man would get a little too feely with some of the women in our class.
Mm-hmm.
Girls in our class. They're girls. They're children.
Of course.
Guess what? Had friends high up in the union. Teachers union. Guess.
They never got touched.
No. And our principal, Pruitt, didn't have a fucking backbone in his body.
Oh, yeah, so people are just more afraid of...
Well, the problem is Pruitt, like, here's what's happening at my old alma mater. Conrad.
Mm-hmm.
People are drinking and smoking and shit in the bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people, like, they're not disciplining people, they're not suspending people for, like, fighting or drugs or anything. Like, Conrad's becoming a worse and worse school, population-wise. And they don't, and the administration doesn't want to do anything about it disciplinary-wise, because if they do, it hurts the rankings in the school. Like, you have to put it into the system,
Right.
and it hurts the ranking of how good a school it is.
Right, and they get less
But
money.
but not even just that. It's like people won't want to go there.
Right.
It's not money. It's about people not wanting to go there, and that's where the lack of money will come in. The problem is that it's going to get worse and worse and worse because these kids aren't learning, or they're not getting weeded out of the system, and the problem is that Pruitt basically inherited a school that was in like a good shape already.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a principal that's able to like handle a bad school and do what's necessary to make it better.
Right. Which is you're gonna have an iron fist and you're gonna be
school,
a villain to some people.
It's backslide. Well, no, not only that. It's like you would hurt the school in the short term of money because it looks bad.
Right.
Like, you have all these suburbanite mothers who try to find the best school. Like Delaware, believe it or not, like a lot of charter schools, the charter school system is wild because it can be good or it can be demonstrably bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I haven't heard of demonstrably bad charter schools.
Have you ever heard of Padcator?
No.
I need to bring Mariah on here to tell that
boy.
story again.
Oh boy.
Padcator was supposed to be a business school.
Mm-hmm.
Mariah told me that she was on the bus first day freshman year. Saw some of the kids she knew from middle school. But they were the type of, she said, like, yo, like, if they letting you in here, they letting anybody in here.
Oh boy.
Her senior year, the school was shutting down.
Mm.
Teachers were, like, people were just sitting in their classrooms. Their teacher was fired. The teacher was gone. Like, teachers were literally packing up and leaving in the middle of the school day.
What the hell? God. Absolute insanity.
Absolutely insane. My stepdad shut that school down.
Well,
Do you want to?
why?
Do you know what they're feeding all of them for lunch?
What?
1 PB&J.
Sounds like a scam.
Was total scam. I routinely say that public schools in Delaware are better than the private schools in Delaware.
That's insane.
Yes, the choice school system has given us some great schools like Conrad maybe 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Callaway School for the Arts. A couple of Votech schools. If you want a rock solid education, you don't need to pay a lot of money to send your kid to Slesianum, Padua, or Ursuline. You can just send them to if you go to a choice school in Delaware, odds are you're getting a pretty good deal.
Okay.
In terms of an education, but it's not guaranteed. What's up, sweetheart? All right,
I'm sorry.
It's okay,
My
love.
shit's just everywhere.
You're fine. You've been living here for the past week, so it makes sense. But yeah, that's I don't know. I just think back to how how some of the people, how the higher ups in the teachers union were treating my father, and I just I'm just not a fan, you know.
Yeah,
but
no, I can't blame that.
aside from them, like aside from that, I'm generally like pro union.
That's fair. No, you have your points for it. It's just I'm not
Like,
to
just
say
because
that
just
I'm
because
anti-union.
just because I think the leadership of the Delaware Teachers Union are a bunch of ball washing bastards doesn't mean I'm anti-union.
I always just feel weird because like I always kind of look at a situation where it's like you have like a sect group of people that are like arguing for a large group of people, and my concern is always if the top power gets corrupted and no longer works in the interest of the smaller group of people who are their only routes of advocacy, then what do we do to help reset that ladder at the top? Well, it takes part on the people there, but the problem is that you have some people that are scared to take action.
Well, that's also part of the reason like the FBI is like exists now too. They were taking out like corrupt union bosses.
Okay. Well, yeah, those guys should have been taken out. They needed it. Terrible people. But it's, I don't know. I feel weird. I just feel weird when an institution doesn't have anything to, like, check it, you know? I mean, there's no, like...
Like government?
Even government. I think government should have some way of being checked at all times.
I think government to me feels a little safer in the sense of, you know, we can vote fuckheads in and out. But there's a lot of appointed officials that...
But what if they start transitioning things to where it's like... I mean, I still look at the cases. I mean, like, for some people, maybe the idea isn't very comfortable, but it is very much possible for our... for how our government is structured to be changed. The ability... We have the ability to vote these things in, to vote these decisions in.
I just think that there needs to be an age limit on how old you can be a senator or a congressperson.
Age limit, term limits.
You know what? I think term limits. I think a term limit. As far as the Senate goes, I think there are certain projects that take decades to do. I think 2 decades in either branch of government is more than acceptable.
I have a problem with that.
The reason I say that is because I do know that the people do. It does take a long time to get certain things in, and I would want like certain people to be able to do that. But at the same time, there needs to be a cutoff point, and I also think that there should be a thing where we pay. If you were a congressperson, you get paid the average, the median income of the people living in your state that you represented.
Yeah, that's
and
the only way I would be comfortable with
every
that sort of thing.
other piece of income you get is taxed at 100%.
Yeah.
And if you're married, whoever you're married, if you're married and have a joint income household, like that, they're nailed too.
Mm-hmm.
So like you better do it knowing that like where whatever the fuck like it's either strict term limits of like two of like in the House 3 terms in the House 6 terms in the Senate 2 terms, so 12 years altogether.
12 years altogether.
Yeah.
Wait, so like 6 terms of 2 years.
Right. Because I think like people in the House and the Senate do work together, and I think it's kind of like people in the Senate stay for 6 years at 6-year terms. Like if you're like if we're like I think like 1 term as a senator is like rife for like abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're just like stacking the deck to like make sure people get it shit, and then make it hard, and they make it impossible for the next person to like get rid of it. And then I feel like it's fair.
Well, I feel like well, in between, we have to look at how people evolve over 6 years with the introduction of technology, the way people move in general, and how people change has increased over time. So I would say in terms of that it before, in the older days, I would agree, but I would say now things can very much change within 6 years, and I don't know if there would necessarily be that effect happening per se.
My thing is that I want things like universal bargaining,
Mm-hmm.
UBI,
Mm-hmm.
definitely universal health care.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with that is that those type of things take years to move the Overton window, and it also takes.
So the culture has to move with it.
Right. It's like, it's like, look at it. Look at the amount of people that say like gay people shouldn't be allowed to get married. When was the last time you ran into somebody who genuinely thought that?
Pockets of the South, probably.
Places that have no power whatsoever.
Yeah.
Places that nobody would want to move to, or generally live. Places where most of the young people have moved away, and if they haven't, they're probably never going to. Them and their children are probably never going to amount to anything, anyways.
Those places are stuck in like coal mining towns and shit like that.
Coal mining is good money. It's hard work and respectable. It keeps our country moving. I respect coal miners.
Well, only for as long as we stay on that power. But the problem with that is there's so much destruction that comes with the act, and at some point we have to move on.
And renewable energy
is much more efficient.
It's much more efficient. It's much more profitable. There's many more jobs. But here's the big problem with it, though. They're not being put where coal miners live.
That is a problem. Yeah, we need to get those.
You can't. I think
people have also got to want it too.
Well, the
these
thing
coal
is,
mining towns have a lot of pride in being coal miners.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you could find a way to make a renewable energy source near a town and say, hey, listen, we don't know. I don't like the way the world's going. That's going to go away at some point. Y'all work hard. Y'all are honorable Americans, worthy of respect. Y'all don't deserve to lose a good paying job and lose your livelihood and your pride. We're gonna put a new solar station or a wind, somehow fucking put those here, and we're gonna employ these 3 towns around it. Mm-hmm. We're gonna have enough jobs to employ every man or woman that wants a job.
They would also need the education.
Not definitely.
I would say specialized training program. I remember
specialized that makes sure that they're being paid throughout it, because because the people like that, they do not want to get. They don't they're not
they're not trying to pay for trainings because they still
nor are they going to run dry. People like that wouldn't do Year Up. They got bills to pay, families to feed.
Yeah.
There's a reason why something like Year Up is for people our age. Mm-hmm. If we were older, we'd be going into zip code.
Yeah.
A 3-month boot. You think you've talked to the Java kids. You know the hell they're going through right now. Yeah. They're dying.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: that's 6 months of that. 6 months of that. Michaela's an animal, and he teaches zip code too. Zip code is 3 months. Zip code is 3 months.
3 months.
3 months. You should ask to. You should. If you ever get a free, you should ask to sit in on Michaela's class. One of Michaela's classes one of these days, just to see the carnage.
Good Lord, I gotta see. Oh, that's too interesting. I gotta see if I can't work that out.
There's a reason I called it throat punch 101.
Oh my god,
he's a fantastic. You actually
learned a lot.
I learned a lot, and I also came in relatively quick too. He didn't have to worry about me too much. Mm-hmm. There are other people he had to worry about. Yeah, he had to, in his words, get off the struggle bus.
Yeah,
but you like his teaching style.
I would.
It's aggressive. It is aggressive,
and I like aggressive though.
And he expects you to figure the fuck out. Use all the resources at your disposal. Don't wait for tomorrow to ask the question and fix it. Figure it the fuck out. Ask all your peers.
Yes, you have an entire group of people who are there to help you. You have access to Google and YouTube, 2 of the most powerful resource tools on the planet. You can learn anything.
You sound exactly like him. Just add a slightly African accent, and you're good to go.
I love the brother. Oh my god! I mean, but
he spends his time sending coding books for kids in Africa to learn coding by candlelight.
That's awesome, dude. That's dude. I always really appreciate when foreigners really succeed in our country, because not only do they really utilize the resources that we have here, but they
have the appreciation for it.
They have the appreciation for it, and they always give back to their struggling communities. that's so huge. It's so respectable, bro.
Right.
It's just like, I feel like sometimes America did it too good. You know, we got a lot of spoiled kids running around.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. But I think we might want to leave that there. That's a good note to end it on, I think.
Yeah, it's a good note.
Ask Alyssa, say, like get ahead on some of your work, nail it, and say, hey, Alyssa, I did all my work ahead of time. I'm not relatively open these days. I was actually genuinely interested in sitting in on Java just to see.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm interested. Like Evan told me about it, and like, I might not like learn anything like coding wise, but certainly like I feel like I could learn something from like just how hard they have to work, and I feel like that could benefit me.
Seeing how
seeing what they're going through and could give me a better drive and better appreciation for what I'm doing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Could be interesting.
It could be interesting. Yeah, I'll probably see if I can't work that out.
See if you could sneak in on one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just to observe.
Probably Mondays would probably be best. I'll have to talk to her about that and see if we can't work out something.
I recommend.
I think it should be doable.
It's hard work. And big country buttons you ain't in it. Because I know you're not big on the coding shit.
No, I respect coders that are able to like really get through that really
one of the things I noticed, especially talking with some of the people from the last cohort ahead of yours that are at internship right now, is that there's a lot of animosity between people like between data and Java, especially between data Java, and then between business.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, so it's like, I think like that might also help you get an appreciation for what the fuck they're going through, and why they might be on a bit of a high horse.
Look, I can respect that you guys went through a ton of hard, consistent work. I hear it every week, man. It's like it's always someone like shout out, you know, be killing us in class, and they all be laughing about it. But yeah, no, those dudes work hard. Those dudes work hard, and what's really awesome is that they're all able to like pull together and really make it work. They work really tightly as well as units. Oh, so absolutely.
Like Michaela forges a bond in people like that's not to be understated.
That's big. It's really big.
Yeah, it's kind of one of my biggest regrets from going to Bank of America.
Mm-hmm.
I basically like stepped away from everything that they were all doing and like had to go on a completely different thing by myself, not talking to anybody, not really doing much of anything.
Sounds like Bank of America.
Well, no, it's just like I was going to be building middleware and shit that was just separate, just like separate from everything we were learning so far, and I was just completely separate from them. And I feel like I aside from like one person, my buddy Bill, like I don't feel like I feel like I lost the connection I had with all of them, and it makes me sad. You know, it really does. Like I feel sad about it because I was close with them early on, but then like we just fell off, and I think
sometimes it happens. You know.
Well, also I also found out. I think I heard just through some like things that people let slip about it. Like I think certain people may have not been as honest about what they thought or how they were treating me.
I think it's you really gotta like. I'm good at feeling out people.
I thought I was too. It makes me sad because I have a deep respect for everybody in my cohort. I just I don't know. Maybe it's just I was just lonely during that year, and I just got too attached. That's a shame.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Because I know I could have been tighter with them if I probably wrote out that last month and a half, but I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, you went to Bank of America.
It wasn't even Bank of America. It was like the month and a half where I was just learning other shit.
Yeah.
Shit that, I...
wasn't really related and...
Not at all.
Ended up losing track.
Like, they were building applications as an agile team, like as a group. Like building components of a thing and putting it all together.
Impressive.
Super impressive. And I mean, I did a few with them, but...
getting into your own
groove and doing my own thing, and I didn't even learn it as adequately as I wanted. It is what it is, but on that depressing ass note, let's go kick it with Anthony and Meta for a bit.
Yeah.